Good morning, welcome to Family Sing and Praise. Today is Wednesday. I hope you're having a good week. We are going to be singing some songs and we're reading a story, and I just hope that we can enjoy this time together. I hope that it brings some joy and hope into your home. If kids would like to sing along and dance, that's great. If they are just happy colouring or listening, or if it's on in the background, that's absolutely fine as well. No need for them to have to listen if they are happy, right? Like, if we've got a happy child, I think for the most part we're probably happy too. So we're going to sing, but I'm going to pray first for us. Dear Lord, just pray that with this time together, you just be with us. I pray that we would just encounter your love in a new way. I pray you just fill us with hope and joy and peace. And I just pray that you just accept this worship that we're going to bring to you now. In your name we pray. Amen. Okay, so the two songs we're going to sing today. One is The Lion and the Lamb, which we're going to sing first. And then we're going to sing Reckless Love. He's coming on the clouds, kings and kingdoms will bow down, and every chain will break, his broken hearts declare his praise. Who can stop the Lord Almighty? Our God is the Lion of Judah. He's roaring with power, fighting our battles, and every knee will bow before him. Our God is the Lamb that was slain for the sins of the world. His blood breaks the chains, and every knee will bow before the Lion and the Lamb. Oh, every knee will bow before him. So open up the gates, make way before the King of Kings. The God who comes to save is here to set the captives free. Who can stop the Lord Almighty? Our God is the Lion of Judah. He's roaring with power, fighting our battles, and every knee will bow before him. Our God is the Lamb that was slain for the sins of the world. His blood breaks the chains, and every knee will bow before the Lion and the Lamb. Oh, every knee will bow before him. Who can stop the Lord Almighty? Who can stop the Lord Almighty? Who can stop the Lord Almighty? Who can stop the Lord? Our God is the Lion of Judah. He's roaring with power, fighting our battles, and every knee will bow before him. Our God is the Lamb that was slain for the sins of the world. His blood breaks the chains, and every knee will bow before the Lion and the Lamb. Oh, every knee will bow before him. Great, as I said, the other song we're going to sing is called Reckless Love. Before I spoke a word, you were singing over me. You have been so, so good to me. Before I took a breath, you you breathed your life in me. You have been so, so kind to me. And oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. And oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. When I was your foe, still your love fought for me. You have been so, so good to me. When I felt no worth, you paid it all for me. You have been so, so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Though it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. And I couldn't earn it, and I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. And oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Though it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. And I couldn't earn it, and I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. And oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Great. We are going to read from the Jesus Storybook Bible. Now we're going to read a story that we've actually already read, but just as we're going through the story of Jesus, there's just a few that it just feels good to kind of double down on, and this one is called Filled Full. Okay, so yesterday we kind of did a bit of a challenge before we read the story. Filled Full. What might that story be about? And we have already done it as well, so there's a bit of an extra hint. So we're going to read this story again. It's another great one. It's another great one to remember and to learn. So let's get into it. There were once 5,000 tired and hungry and probably very grumpy people sitting on a hillside wanting their dinner. They'd come to hear Jesus that day. They came before breakfast, stayed all morning, all afternoon, and way past dinner. No one had meant to be out there that long, but that's how it was, listening to Jesus, as if time didn't exist. People could listen to Jesus for hours, and on this particular day, that's just what they did. But they hadn't bought enough food, and they couldn't just go and buy themselves a burger and fries to go, because of course, they were in the middle of nowhere with no shops or restaurants. Besides, that kind of food wasn't invented yet. What would they do? Jesus' friends had an idea. Let's send everyone home for dinner. They don't need to go, Jesus said. You can give them something to eat. Did Jesus want them to travel all the way to town and buy food for everyone? Jesus' friends panicked. But we don't have enough money. What food do you have? Jesus asked. Go and see. Now there was a little boy in the crowd. He had brought a lunch that his mother had made for him that morning. He looked at his 5 loaves and 2 fishes. It wasn't much, not nearly enough for 5,000, but it was all he had. I have some, he said. Jesus' friends laughed when they saw his little lunch. That's not nearly enough, they said. But they were wrong. Jesus knew it didn't matter how much the little boy had. God would make it enough, more than enough. Jesus said, "Bring me what you have." And so the little boy gave Jesus his lunch. Jesus winked at the little boy and whispered in his ear, "Watch." How in the world will Jesus feed everyone with just that? Jesus' friends said, because they thought it was impossible. But Jesus knew the one who made all the fish in the oceans, and Jesus knew the one who in the very beginning had made everything out of nothing. How hard would something like this be for someone like that? Jesus took the little boy's lunch, looked up to heaven and thanked his Father. Then Jesus gave the little lunch back to his friends. As Jesus' friends started to hand out the food, do you know what? It was the strangest thing. No matter how much they broke off, there was always more and more and more. Enough for 5,000. Everyone ate as much as they wanted. 2nd helpings, 3rd helpings, even 4ths, until they were full, and still there were leftovers. Well, Jesus did many miracles like that. Things people thought that couldn't happen, that weren't natural. But it was the most natural thing in all the world. It's what God had been doing from the beginning, of course. Taking the nothing and making it everything. Taking the emptiness and filling it up. Taking the darkness and making it light. Great. What another great reminder of just how amazing Jesus is. Because sometimes, again, within all of this, we can kind of forget just what God is like. And it's nice to have that kind of a reminder. We're going to sing now, and we're going to sing a song called The Fruit of the Spirit. Now, typically, when I play the Fruit of the Spirit song at Kids Club or something like that, I get kids to shout fruits out. And so I actually don't know what the actual order of them is, because I've never learnt them, because people just kind of shout them out for me. So I'm going to have to kind of predict what I think the fruit that you're telling me to sing. I'm going to start off with a coconut, which I actually think is the first one. The fruit of the Spirit's not a coconut. The fruit of the Spirit's not a coconut. You want to be a coconut, you might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit of the Spirit, because the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. We're going to go with watermelon. The fruit of the Spirit's not a watermelon. The fruit of the Spirit's not a watermelon. If you want to be a watermelon, you might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit of the Spirit, because the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Okay, we're going to go for grape. The fruit of the Spirit's not a grape. The fruit of the Spirit's not a grape. If you want to be a grape, you might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit of the Spirit, because the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Okay, we'll go with apple. The fruit of the Spirit's not an apple. The fruit of the Spirit's not an apple. If you want to be an apple, you might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit of the Spirit, because the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Okay, we'll do one more. What would someone say at Kids Club? I'm going to say pomegranate. The fruit of the Spirit's not a pomegranate. The fruit of the Spirit's not a pomegranate. If you want to be a pomegranate, you might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit of the Spirit, because the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Because the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Let me just pray for you before we go. Dear Lord, thank you so much for everyone watching. I just pray for them in this time. I just pray that they would know that you are with them, that you love them, that you care for them, and I just pray that they would just trust you. Lord, I just pray you'd be evident in their lives, that you'd bring peace and joy and love, and that they would just feel you with them as they go through this day. In your name we pray. Amen. Alright, well thank you so much for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.